What's your name?
Nick Jeffers,
What branch of the military did you serve in?
Air Force,
For how many years?
20 years, 6 months, 29 days.
I was in the United States Army, just under 3 years.
I was in during 9/11, during that time frame, then when the war in Iraq started. I did go to Operation Desert Spring in Kuwait in late 2000.
Some of my closest friends are from the military, so some that I met when I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, a couple that I still talk to today, and then a couple that we were stationed with in Alaska that have remained really close friends with, that we actually get to visit every so often.
In my officer basic course, I met a guy from Arkansas, and he'd always tell me the dumbest people are from every other state but Arkansas. So I always thought he was kind of funny. Lieutenant Tillman was his name, but yeah, he was a character.
Is there someone you served with that you remember fondly?
Oh, that's a tough question because you remember parts of everyone that you've served with, right? From basic training to moving to the new base and stuff like that. I have one guy I still stay in touch with named Corporal Kameen. Chuck is his name, but I still call him Corporal Kameen, and we still text each other on Veterans Day. I remember a roommate that got killed in a car accident when we got back, Mendiola, and then Sergeant Johnson's a good guy. Yeah.
I wanted to serve, but more pragmatically, I needed to find a way to pay for college. I got into the University of Southern California because you can take surfing as a class there, and even in $2,000, it was $34,000 at the time. I asked my dad if he was willing to help me with that. He just laughed. I assumed that meant no, and so I needed to find a way to pay for college as well, and so the Air Force Academy was the best means to do that.
For me, I didn't have very good grades in high school initially. Kind of did some bad things, and so when I got later in high school, I realized, college wasn't really going to be an option for me right away. I didn't have the money for it. Wasn't really interested in it, so I decided to join the military and kind of seek a different avenue to be successful.
I had just graduated from college, and remembering that I had a really long drive, and it was a very early morning. I was super excited to be beginning this next chapter. I think it was just a little bit overwhelming, but that's all I can remember.
What do you remember about the day you shipped off to basic?
It was the first time I ever flew on a plane. It was the first time I was ever by myself with nobody, no family around. My parents dropped me off in Spokane, and I'd been to Spokane maybe 3 times in my life before that happened, and I was just met 5 guys that were going to the same place I was, and we instantly hung out the whole time, and I had 5 guys to hang out with I've never met before, and there was that instant connection because we all had the same goal: survive basic training. It was an interesting experience, one I'll never forget. Yeah.
In the most challenging moments, what was your source of purpose or motivation?
I think it was the motivation not to fail. And I had this drive where I didn't want to feel like I failed myself. If I felt like I gave 100%, then I didn't fail. But I feel like anytime I didn't succeed, as long as I gave 100%, then I still succeeded.
9/11, of course, that was challenging because we had just moved to Alaska and we had all these big, cool plans of wanting to explore, and that was shut down because we were on guard duty and had to make sure that everything was safe for the post, depending on what had been sent down to us.
There's several challenging times, and it changed across the years. Early on, strong sense of duty and obligation to the nation, and then the longer I did it, there was a greater sense of duty and obligation to my family, coupled with that sense to the nation and to the service. Deployments can be challenging, especially after you have kids and you have to be gone for a while. That made that harder. Gives you a better reason to do it, but makes it harder to be gone.
I think for me, it was the person next to me, and the people next to me, and the lieutenant that I served under, and the sergeant that I served under. And it was just those guys doing my best to make sure that they were taken care of, knowing that they're going to do the same for me. And the point is, in my mind, is that you were there for the people next to you and make sure that you were safe, make sure they were safe, and make sure that you did the honorable thing, because that's what kept you safe and alive, and they were just great people. They were my brothers.
What was one of your proudest moments?
Probably when I was very first commissioned. I think that was it. And so just getting the butter bar put on and pinned, that was a good moment, finishing 4 years.
I think just pride in the fact that I served my country, and I took pride in that. Yeah, just every day.
How do you think your time in the military ultimately affected who you are as a person today?
I think it gave me the opportunity to look at things different.
I think it definitely made me a better person. It took away a lot of the doubts that I had and made me a lot more confident as a person, especially as a young man. Once I started finding success in the military, I realized, okay, my options are unlimited, and I can be anything I want to do and pursue it.
I tell students all the time, if you don't know what you're doing, always look at the military, because that is something that you can do, and you serve a 3-4 year commitment. You're going to get out of this valley. You're going to see all the things that you need to see. You're going to learn about some discipline. You're going to learn about accomplishing a task.
I think the military is an excellent opportunity for you to learn about yourself, become self-dependent, become mentally tough. Sometimes in society today, we avoid tough moments because we're scared of what might happen, but we don't realize is going through tough moments makes you a better person, makes you a tougher person. I can't imagine my life not being in the military. I don't know where I would be at. I don't think I would be as successful as disciplined without being in the military.
Just want to thank you for your sacrifices and all you've done in service to our country.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.